Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 9th of April, 2025. In this video, we're going to be talking US Mint sales. Why? Because they're vital to numismatists, flippers, and investors to determining demand and mintages. Now, before any of that, and we also have an update on the 8th era. I was trying to think about what the ratio was to MS 69 to MS 70. So that's going to be pretty interesting watching me trying to suss that out. And that'll be at the end of the video today. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a tremendous number, actually. Really big number. Not sure exactly how big it is, but it's got to be ginormous. I just know it. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what this mouth is going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com. All right. And action. All right, here we go. Look at this. Wow, things are hopping and popping up 2% easily. Look at that. Gold up 60, 370 to 30, 58.50. Silver up 58 cents to 30.61. Platinum up 3.35. The old minimum wage to 9.42 even. Steven, and palladium up 7.95 to 9.46.25. And Dr. Copper up 10 cents to 4.22. Over here, you're looking at in stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is 6.39. Been that way forever. Look at this. We just crossed that $37 threshold. Look at that. Bam, per quantity 1 through 39. Interesting. As we watched. Okay, down here at the bottom. I went too far. A little too eager beaver over here. Sell to us price is 31.04. That's right, 31.04. Look at that. And this silver ask is 30.61. Yeah, not too much in demand over there, is it? Now, next stop is going to be the United States Mint's product schedule. And there's some things I wanted to share with you that I noticed. And it was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So let's go ahead and check this out. So you're familiar with the limited action right there on these legends, right? So some say limited, some say not available, and so on and so forth. So these are just the ones that just came out. They're going to be available for the rest of the year. No problem there. However, you got to see this. Now, limited for the rolls and bags for Arkansas, even the Native American dollars, the American women quarters. And the question is, what is the threshold that makes a product limited over at the United States Mint, right? So that's something that I've thought about for probably a few years now. And I'm thinking it's probably 50 to 75 to 100,000 makes it limited. So less than 75, 100,000 is definitely limited, maybe even 50, somewhere in that range, 50, 75, maybe up to 100, right? So check this out. This is really like, what? Yeah. Keep on keeping on. All right, there it is. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Yeah, look at that. Limited. Proof set's limited. Well, you got to ask yourself the question, why is it limited? They made 420,000 of them, and two, right there, it says so. And what is the current sales for the proof set? Well, I looked it up. I'd like to share it with you. And this is just incredible, folks. I'm kind of scratching my head as to what's going down here. The United States Mint, I think I put it over here. That's the quarters proof set. Nope. And I think this is the cumulative sales figure. Thank you very much. Now we're going to be looking at product 25RG. Okay, 25RG. RG. Okay, that's the proof set. They've got now 211,633. And if we go over to coinnews.net, we can compare and contrast those numbers from their April 2nd article from Mike Unser, dated U.S. Mint sales. Juliette Gordon low quarter opens with 1.8 million coins. This is coinnews.net. So let's go to that clad proof set and look at the sales. And they should be coming up pretty quick here. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we had 208,613. Now we stand at 211,633. That's an improvement, actually, of 3,020. But the question here is, folks, why is it limited if there's only 211,633 sold of this set when it has 420,000? Why would it be limited? That is a head scratcher. Makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, and you know what else? Check this out. Let's keep on keeping on. Look at that. Look who's back. Look who's back, everybody. Yeah, that's the American Women Quarters silver proof set. Yeah, from San Francisco Mint. So not sure why that fell off, but it is limited, and it only has, I think a mintage of 34,980. So that definitely falls within the limits of that threshold of being limited. I would think less than 50,000, right? But I'm telling you, it makes no sense, because if you keep on keeping on down the Mint schedule, you'll see that yes, indeed, the silver proof set is still down at the bottom of the Mint schedule. Where'd you go, buddy? Hey, nope, not it. There you are. Look at that. Coming soon and limited silver proof set 2025. And what's interesting about that, When they say limited for this, I do imagine that they are talking about the what's left after the subscriptions, right? So that's probably what's going on with its limited availability. All right, let's keep on keeping on. I'm going to be looking at the uncirculated set now from 2024. All right, let's go to coinnews.net, and I think this is there we go, uncirculated set. And we are at 178,709 last week. Now we stand at 179,041. And I think, is this it? No, that's not it, clearly. Here we go. And that was going to be 24 product code. I think we can just use R. I think it's RG. Nope. RJ. There we go. 179,041. Yeah, that's only 300 and some, 330 or so increase. That's not that much, folks. And what this is sizing up to be is probably one of the least busy sales week from the United States Mint in probably the history of me recording this news. Check this out. It gets even worse. All right, let's go to product number 24EG. Okay, that's a good product to check out. Echo Gamma. All right, there we go. 24EG. That's the 2024 American Eagle. That's a silver uncirculated West Point version. Only sold. This is from 2024, folks. This is just last year. All right, 93,787. Well, let's look at the old totals on coinnews.net, okay? And I probably shouldn't have done that one. Here we go. 93,778. Do you remember what the new total was? Yeah, 93,787. Dude, they sold 9 of them. That's, oh man, I feel bad for those folks over the United States Mint. They have priced themselves. I mean, they're not selling anything because everything's so expensive. Wow. I mean, it is incredible what they've done to themselves. And can they recover? I don't know. Can they recover without closing the San Francisco Mint? Maybe. But that's looking more and more like a possibility each and every single day as we look at these abysmal sales numbers from the United States Mint, drama included. Wow, that's incredible, folks. This is just, I'm just struck with just, I mean, look, they're at a crossroads and they know it. They definitely know it. Now let's look at the proof and reverse proof silver eagles, right? We're looking at product 25 EA. Okay, that's product 25 EA. And let's go to those numbers, 25 EA. All right. This is really exciting to see the downfall, right? I feel so bad for them over there. I hope they really get it together. I hope the new mint director, maybe even the interim mint director, Kristen McNally, can get things together. I think she was a chief financial officer. She needs to bring balance to the United States Mint. I mean, clearly the American Innovation Coin Program is losing money. The annual sets are losing money. And, how much further can the Mint go losing money? Okay. And I know that the fat pays for the lean, meaning the precious metals, silver products, and the gold. They do pay for some of the other products that don't make money, but that's not sustainable, right? Maybe for a year, but to continually count on that is not sustainable, not even close. All right, let's get to those numbers. 198,073. CoinNews.net says 197,087. So that's actually popped. Okay, I think we're looking at about three. Let's see here, 25 EA. Yeah, nope. Whoops, my bad. I misspoke. I just owned myself. Yeah, this is the most abysmal numbers, folks. Look at this. Let me look again. Let's look again. 198,073 less 197,078. That's 986-ish. That's less than. I mean, that's almost half of what we sold last week, folks. Yeah, if the writing's not on the wall, and if they don't know how to read those tea leaves, I don't know what to tell those folks over the United States Mint, because they better get it together. And if they don't, it's not going to be around for much longer. They're going to have to probably close Mint facilities in West Point, Mint facilities definitely in San Francisco. I don't even know what they're doing over there. It's just, wow. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. I'm poor folks at the United States. Oh, one last thing. I was looking here at the American Silver Eagles, Shop American Silver Eagles in silver. And we talked about the 24 EG. That's the uncirculated West Point American Silver Eagle. And I was thinking, why is it that it has such abysmal sales? Could it be that it's the last one before the unavailability? Well, check this out. American Eagle 2025 West Point proof, 2024 proof. Okay, this is fine and dandy. 24 proof San Francisco, 23 proof San Francisco, 22 uncirculated. Wow, that's interesting. Where's the 2024 uncirculated? 23 uncertain. Okay, here it is. Yeah, at the bottom of the list before they become unavailable. So I don't know why they're not showcasing this particular coin at the top, or at least before 2022 and 2023 date, right? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Is alphanumeric a thing at the United States Mint or not? I don't know. But seems kind of random and erratic. And when things are erratic, well, that means they're unpredictable. And that's kind of scary. Anyway, wanted to show you that. It's not sure why they're not selling any of those. Could it be that it's way too much money? Absolutely. Could it be that it's not showcased very much? Absolutely. Wow. Now let's go to something I wanted to show you here. This is from the 8th Era press release, okay, dated April 7th. Title of the press release here is How to Unlock Access to the 8th Era American Silver Eagle. And I was trying to suss out how many of these particular coins in the ratio Mint State 69 to Mint State 70. All right, so here we go. All right. So, and this, I could be way off on this, and my ratios could be way just goofy. Like, what is he talking about? I don't know. But he's wrong. But maybe I'm not. I don't know. Let's find out. I'm going to walk you through what I'm thinking about here. Okay. All right. So one, Mint State 70. All right. There was 10 of them. Okay. 10 limit. And then there was 5 Mint State 69s. All right. 10 limit. So there's 5 for every one of those, right? 10 and 10, right? 5 to 1, 1 and 5. All right. Look at this. 1 and 4. Okay. So are we at 1 Mint State 70 for every 4.5 Mint State 69s? Well, it sure seems that way. And if that is the truth, if that is what's going down, then those Mint State 70s are, well, they seem to be condition rarity. And does that even justify the prices that we're seeing here for those Mint State 69s or even the Mint State 70s? I mean, because look, people are going to want a part of this experience, no doubt about it. And remember, folks, these are bullion coins. Bullion. Yeah. Bullion. $79. That doesn't even have a privy. This one's $79. And that's pretty much the going rate for the Soaring Eagle privy mark. It's about $80. And then you look at the Mint State 70, and it is a whole different ball game, folks. That Mint State 70 is in, yeah, here we go. I think it's taken forever. All right. And what's interesting, oh, hi, how are you? I don't know why I just did that. It just actually closed my window. Thank you very little. What I did do is I looked at the number of Mint State 69s compared to Mint State 70. There's 199 of the 70 and 100 and, well, actually 200 of the Mint State 69. And, you know, obviously that's no way to look up the census, the population report. However, as you've already seen, I'm already here at NGC. And I look here, and there's 2024 Philadelphia Struck Eagle Star Privy. Yeah, they got the population there. And if I want to go see that, I can look at all those wonderful population reports. However, if I go to 2025 and I look at the Soaring Eagle, I got nothing. I got bupkis. And why is that? I don't know. But it seems like they already got them graded. At least they have an idea of how many are going to be in a, and really, you know, don't do us any favors. You know, because I mean, look at, we would really need this information right now, probably more than we would need it 10 years from now, right? I mean, think about it. Yeah. Well, at least the people who I think would want to pick them up. We are in some interesting time, folks. And I hope that NGC puts the population report together for these Soaring Eagle privy marks. That would be very nice. Now let's go to the plus ones. I've yammered for way too long. All right, here we go. This is about the heart, folks. Really is important. Muy importante. All right, this is Proverb 4:23. More than you guard anything, safeguard your heart, for from it are the sources of life. And what I think that means, above all else, the heart is pivotal in focusing our thoughts and desires away from the negative and focusing us towards the positive. And I think in the New Testament, I think Matthew 12 talks a little bit about this. A heart full of goodness will pour out goodness, and a heart full of, you know what, badness will pour out badness. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know. But look, this is how it all goes down, right? What is going to come out of our mouth starts in our brain, then goes to our heart, right? So is it full of, you know what, or is it full of good? And then it goes to our mouth, like the tip of the tongue. It goes, boop, it's out. And remember, it's the heart that shades your words. You know, there's a really funny commercial on TV right now. It's somebody's being passive aggressive for all the money they saved. I think it was progressive aggressive or something like that. I don't know. But definitely their heart was a little jaded. Now, speaking of heart, this is the heart of rock and roll with Huey Lewis. The song intro is a heartbeat and the outro is a heartbeat. Just to remind you, it's all about the heart. Remember, safeguard that heart. Matthew 12 said so too. All right, so that's going to be it, folks. I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, hey, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Want to spend a little didge? Membership is $1.99 a month. It's really not that much, folks, especially in the grand scheme of things. I think that's what less than $24 a year. And you get all this wonderful, juicy, great information, my perspective, and these videos keep coming out each and every single morning. Yeah, try that at home. No, really. Give it a shot. See what you do. I'll watch you. Stacker out.